Oh yeah. By the way, it's 3 p.m. already, so I guess we should start.
Okay. Okay, I'll just share my screen in that case so that everybody can see my.
Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We hope that this webinar would be efficient for you. In the first part, Lana is going to tell you a bit about University of Warwick. And then I'm going to tell a couple of words about funding opportunities. Then we have a Q&A session. I hope you enjoy it. Let's start then.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much, first of all, for providing that platform, for hosting us. It's a real pleasure to be sort of in touch with Russia. I'm a Russian speaker myself, so здравствуйте. And if you do have any questions that you don't know how to phrase, no question is a silly question, so feel free to interrupt. I don't think there is a lot of us here today, so it'll be quite a nice I'd say intimate session where you can ask any questions at all about living or buying your tickets or traveling around or anything at all. But what I'll focus in my presentation is I'll touch upon choosing the right uni, how do you choose the university, and what are the criteria that you choose, and what are the decisive decision factors for you when you're choosing a uni and where to study. Then we'll look at things as studying in the UK and studying at Warwick, what we offer here, and what opportunities for you are available here, apart from your obviously academic element as well as your social element. And we'll talk about how you can apply to Warwick, so you have a bit of an overview what the application process is like, what's the timeline of your application. And then I think one of the important things is how you budget your finances. And you are going abroad. It's a different environment. It's a different bubble. Everything's different. So we're going to talk about how you survive in a good way, hopefully. And then we'll have a chat about what happens after you graduate. Your journey with Warwick or with any other uni, in fact, doesn't end upon your graduation. So you join that community. So we're going to speak a little bit about that, what's available to you. And obviously, Maria will further mention your employment opportunities within Russia and how you'll progress your career afterwards. Is everybody happy? Do we have everybody on board? Can you just type in something so that I know we've got people, maybe your city, where you're from, or I don't know, just to say hello, just to see that you are here. Hopefully somebody will be typing in. Is anybody typing in? Is everybody listening, or people are just have me in the background? Okay, we've got chat here. Fantastic. Yay! So we've got Regina from Moscow. Fantastic. And we've got Heidi. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Okay. Fantastic. Good to have you on board. So if you do guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Right. So now we're going to have a bit of a brainstorm. So have your chat function close to you. So both of you are thinking about a university. You're thinking about studying abroad. So just a bit of understanding about your background. So what's your criteria? How are you choosing a university? What are your factors? And how do you choose a university, basically? If you can just type in your answers. I don't want to give out my answers now. If you can type in your answers, please, for me. Are you guys looking at the UK at the moment, or you kind of unsure? Okay, so we don't have any volunteers at the moment. It's okay, not a problem. these are some things that I came up with, and I thought something that's really important when you're choosing a uni is you're looking at the location, or maybe you're looking at the culture that you're going into. So location is, are we talking here about the geographical proximity, or you want to go as far as possible away from your home? So do you want to stay in Europe? Do you want to go to Asia? As far as I'm aware, you have 288 universities in 33 countries, if I'm not mistaken. So it's quite a lot. It's a big choice, and I'd be really, really confused if I had so much choice. Then you look at things like culture. So do you want to speak English? Do you want to study in a different language, or how do you want to do that? What kind of cultural experience do you want to obtain? Then you're looking at a type of a university. So what type of university do you want to study at? Do you want to study at a modern university, or it's a little bit more sort of ancient, like Oxford or Cambridge, or you want to go to places that are sort of a bit more sort of dynamic? Warwick is a very young university. We're only 50 years old, but we are sort of quite high up in rankings, therefore we will include it into the list. So you look at rankings, absolutely. So you're looking at rankings of your program, you're looking at overall rankings of the university, you're looking at things like student experience satisfaction as well. These are quite important. And obviously your subject. One university will be better at one subject, another will be better for another subject. Or generally, Warwick is known for mathematics. This is mathematics, economics, politics, and so this is what we're famous for. And I imagine mathematics would be sponsored by Global Education. So as far as UK, we have somebody typing in. I have the degree of mechanical. Okay, so Regina is texting us. So I've got a degree of mechanical engineer from Russian Uni and thinking of continuing study abroad. Studying English is fine. Haven't think of type of uni yet, not closely. Okay, well, hopefully this session will provide you a bit of information on how to choose a uni and sort of what options are available to you as well. So hopefully you'll get something out of this session. So in terms of UK, so you've got 33 UK universities. Again, we're all different. Some universities known for one subject, another one is known as for another subject, and we're all in different locations. So something to consider is where the university is and what kind of rankings it is. So yeah, so which type of university? So you're looking here at something like new versus old. So old unis would be Oxford, Cambridge. New universities would be Warwick as one of the examples, obviously. You're looking at size, so how big is the student population? If you're obviously going abroad, you probably want to interact with many students, but if you're a bit of a quieter person, maybe you're looking to stay in a little bit quieter place. Another thing to consider is, do you want to study in a big city like London, or do you want to more a bit of a campus university? Campus, if somebody's familiar with sort of English system, we do have cities and campus universities. Campus is a uni based outside of city centre on a massive, big, beautiful plot of land with everything being on campus. So it's like a student city basically. And Warwick is a campus university. We're located a little bit outside of a city center, but with a really good transport link. So you have a bit of both here. But again, it's up to you to decide which experience you want. Or you might go to a seaside because England, well, the UK in general, it's an island and there are a lot of beaches as well. So you might want to stay on the seaside. Or you might consider something in the countryside or rural university, somewhere in the woods. Also, you want to look at things like how international the university is. what is the student population overall, and what percentage of international students are there on campus studying, and where they come from as well. Because once you've graduated, and this is a bit of an exciting element upon your graduation, you'll have friends everywhere. And what most of our students do, they just keep touring the world and visiting their friends in China and Vietnam and Hong Kong and the States. And because we generally tend to have students from everywhere, so around 186 nationalities are represented on campus. And then you're looking at things as facilities on campus. What's available? Is there a good IT equipment, study facilities, sports facilities? Is there a cinema nearby, and things like that? Something that shapes your cultural experience. Okay, does that make sense so far? I don't see my my audience here. Hopefully it does. Okay, nobody's typed in yet. Right, so a little bit about Warwick. So in generally, I've got a bit of a quiz here, but I would imagine if you guys wanted the sort of me asking you questions, then you probably would have answered. Do we want to do the questions? Yeah, we have 2 more people already. So welcome everybody who's just joined. I'm hoping to ask you some questions, if that's okay. Yeah, perfect, Regina, thank you. Are you okay answering some questions about Warwick to make it a little bit more interactive? I've already given some of the answers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you some questions. So they're very basic. Just make a wild guess, and then we'll see if you are correct later in the presentation. So, in which year do you think the University of Warwick was formed? How old do you think we are? I wouldn't expect you to know anyway, but it'd be good to have some guesses. Anybody would like to volunteer? Just make a wild guess. Okay. Yeah, 50 years ago. Well done. We actually celebrated our 50th anniversary, 50th birthday last year. So we're going to be 51 years now. We're quite a new university. So like I said, thank you very much. So how far is the university from London? Any ideas at all? How far do you think we are? Obviously, everybody knows London. If you think about the United Kingdom or England in general, everybody knows London. So how far do you think we are? Driving or by train? Obviously, that helps you to sort of picture where we are in the UK and how easy for you it will be to travel. So any guesses? Yeah, so we are near Birmingham. We're 25 minutes from Birmingham. Yeah, a couple of hours by bus. Yeah, exactly. So I think it depends on the on the bus. Yeah, but we'll be 1.5 hours to London by train, and if you take a bus, yeah, that will be around 2 hours. Manchester is a little bit further than that, so it's about 2 hours. Yeah, everybody knows Manchester as well. Right. In which city is the university located? So Regina's already said that we're near Birmingham, and I'll speak a little bit more about our location later. Is there a regional airport close by? As everybody keeps asking, oh, or how will I travel? I'll come from abroad, so where will I fly to? So we do have an international airport in Birmingham, so which is quite handy. It's about 20 minutes by taxi. So the location is quite important. And one more questions, guys. How international is our campus? Any ideas? So one of the things, obviously, I did mention is that you're looking for this augmented student experience, and you're looking for other students like yourselves. So how international do you think you are? What's the percentage of international students on campus? Just give me a really rough number that you think we might have of international students on campus. Any ideas at all? I feel like this webinar chat just hides my picture, my lovely picture. Okay, well, let's move on and we'll find out a little bit about that. So it's our rankings. So in terms of rankings, this is one of the things that you're looking when you're choosing uni. We are one of the only 3 universities in the UK to remain consistently in the top 10 according to the domestic rankings, and 6th in the Guardian newspaper rank in 2016, 6th in the Times, and 7th in the Complete University Guide 2016. So you have to be quite wary of the sort of rankings changing, but what's good about Warwick specifically is we've consistently stayed within the top 10 and top 100 universities in the world. So this is quite good news. And in terms of location, yeah, exactly. Like Regina was saying, we're not far away from Birmingham, 25 minutes if you catch a train, 20 minutes to BHX, Birmingham International Airport. The closest city to us is Coventry. So Coventry is somewhere here. So it's 10 minutes to Coventry, which is a nice place. You can go and explore a little bit by yourself, and you've got places like Shakespeare's County, Stratford upon Avon, and we've got Warwick Castle where the famous jousting is happening, and you've got Oxford, which is 1 hour, and Heathrow is 1 hour and a half. Some of our students tend to live on campus or in nearby areas, Coventry or Kenilworth. So quite a good location to travel, but again, it's up to you, obviously, to see whether you're happy with campus location rather than a city university. I had a small video for you about why Warwick. So we've got we've asked our academics, what do they think is unique about Warwick and students at Warwick, and they came up with some answers, and I think it's a good video to see that view from the academic side, because these are the people who you are inspired by, who you will be on a day-to-day basis. So let's watch the video and see what the academics say about Warwick experience.
This place is not afraid to be innovative. I mean, I've had personal experience of this from the Institute for Advanced Teaching and Learning, IATL, here at the university. And that institution says, look, you want to try something new, you want to teach in a new way, in a new space, in a new place, with a new way of doing things, great. We will support you and we will fund you to help you make that possible. And that, I think, is something which is rare in the British university system and to be protected. I think what makes Warwick special is that it's flexible and it's not afraid to try something new.
What I have been impressed by time and again is the way the entire place is set up to support us to take risks, to push the envelope, to have a good idea and pursue it. And I think what is a very inspirational part of teaching here is that that's not only the case for me, but I can do that for my students too. I can encourage them to say, okay, well, this is what we're studying here. What do you think about it? How might we be able to move this question along? And the entire place is set up for me to support them to do that.
Okay.
Warwick does.
You always get wary of those difficulties. Can anybody see the video? Yeah, something must be wrong. Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll just move on then. That's the only thing we can do when the IT sort of equipment fails us, unfortunately. Yeah, I will. Fantastic. Yeah, I'll send the link, and we'll send a follow-up emails, and you guys can sort of explore it on your own. We've got our own YouTube channel where you can sort of see things for yourself. Okay, so I'll move on now, and I'll talk to you about what we have on campus for you, because we understand that by attracting the best minds from the UK's, from overseas as well, we need to provide the best facilities. So we've just invested into our IT facilities and renovation of our gym. So we currently have a lot of facilities for you guys on campus to adjust to your style of learning, because everybody learns and studies differently, and we realize that it's important for us to provide those facilities. So you'll have accessible learning resources here on campus. So there are quite a few places where you can study that facilitate individual work as well as group and pair work as well. So here where I am at the moment, and the University House, so we've got our multimedia labs and computer labs as well, and you've got a small library here, and some of the facilities are 24/7, so you'll be able to study at your own pace and in your own time. We've got the university library, which has over 1 million of printed publications, as well as internet resources, magazines, and journals, and you have access to them online. So wherever you are, if you decide to go back to Russia, or if you are traveling, so you can access all the resources online. What is good as well, and I'm just sort of jumping further ahead, once you've graduated, you will still have access, as one of our alumni package, you'll have access to the resources after your graduation for 3 years, which obviously helps you with a little bit of sort of catch up on your sort of studies afterwards, or maybe doing a little bit more research afterwards. Also, while you're here on campus, you can learn a new language, or you can proceed with learning the one that you've been learning already. So we're quite flexible, and currently languages available on campus are Arabic, Portuguese. Obviously, we do modern languages like German, French, Spanish, Italian, and there's something a little bit more exciting, and something like Russian. Obviously you won't need that, but we do Arabic, Mandarin as well, and we have a lot of native speakers as well, so it's possible to engage with them into this real life interaction. That's when you start using your skills, but you'll be able to build that into your degree by taking those modules, or maybe you can sort of on a paid basis as well. I've mentioned a couple of words about technology. So we've got our multimedia suites as well, with interactive whiteboards as well, and IT equipment. And there are a lot of study abroad opportunities. You probably might not need it on the 1-year master's level, but if you're thinking about a PhD, that's when it sort of comes in handy. You'll need to probably double check that with global education. I don't know, Marie, if that's allowed to take maybe a semester or a term somewhere abroad. How would the sort of sponsorship body would look at that? You'd need to double check, but we have partnerships with Monash University, which is also actually on the list, and with other universities in Europe as well as sort of outside of Europe. In terms of, that slide didn't work for some reason. It's interesting what's happening to my presentation. Okay, learning environment. So obviously, Russian education system is a little bit different to the UK one. In UK, what is quite specific in the UK, you learn by doing. So you learn by, so you'll be learning in doing case studies, working on your essays, working on different projects of your own. So you'll have your taught element, as well as you'll have your research element, where you'll be sort of working independently by your own time. We've got our reading weeks twice a year, so you'll have a whole week without any lectures at all, where you'll be having this opportunity to catch up on your reading or just have that quiet time in the library. So you'll be learning by doing essays, research assignments, different projects, case studies, depending on your degree, whether it's like Regina was saying, maybe anything from engineering. That's when you start doing different sort of projects and case studies and any group work or lab work, presentations, and we obviously have exams. And something that's been really popular is working through problem sets. So you're given a problem by your academic, by your lecturer, and you have to figure out the right solution either by yourself or in a group. That's been quite a good way of learning. So how will you, what's your day going to be looking like, or your week? So you'll have your lectures, and obviously, again, it depends on the course that you've signed up for, whether it's a taught master's or a PhD or more sort of hands-on course. But you'll have your lectures, your sort of academic input element. Then you'll have your sort of more quieter time, where there are less student seminars and tutorials, and laboratory sessions and research, obviously. Some departments are quite small, where you'll have less students, and that's when you have more time with the lecturer. In many of the departments, and I'd say in the majority of them, you'd have your personal tutor assigned to you, and you have your private time with the tutor, and talking about your project, about your difficulties or your aspirations for the course, setting your targets and goals. Per week, this is a kind guideline, how many sort of hours of contact time you will have. So it may be something in between 9 to 20 hours lecture and contact time with the academics, and 10 hours laboratory classes, and 5 to 30 hours of private study. Although, like I said, we do have those reading weeks, and if you need a little bit more time, we'd always recommend talking to your personal tutor. Right, and how will you be assessed? So obviously, something that's really important in your degree is making sure that you do well, and we do want you to do well, and we provide all the support available. Although it's a matter of you taking this opportunity. So you'll be mainly assessed by essays and reports, research assignments, and depending on the degree, again, projects, case studies, class test or quizzes, presentations, group work, portfolios, performances, and lab work. It depends on the course and specifics of the course that you've chosen. Now I think that's it about the academic side of things. If you do we have any questions at the moment at all? If you do have any questions, please feel free to ask them at this point, or later we'll have our question time. In terms of, obviously academic life is really, really important, and that's why you are here. What we also are looking from our students is having a good time socially as well, and taking opportunities of all the social experiences offered to them here at Warwick. And I'll quickly mention what we have. So what is our life on campus? What does it look like? So I'll talk about our Students' Union and student societies. What do they offer for you? We have our One World Week. I'll speak about that. I'll speak about societies and sports facilities that we have here on campus. I'll briefly touch on part-time work opportunities that are available for you on campus. We've got our recruitment agency on campus. Any support services that you might need, and obviously any religious sort of faith-related issues. I'll speak on that as well. Our student union. So it's quite a traditional thing for universities in the UK is to have a student union. It's a student body run by students for students. So there is a lot of opportunities to engage. It's self-sustaining organization. It's separate from the university, but it offers all sort of engagement opportunities, from sort of academic representation to student advice center, job opportunities, and they also run student societies and clubs. They offer dining out opportunities as well, eating out and drink on campus. So I've got a video for you which features our student societies and why we think it's important for students to engage outside of their academic studies within our student societies with their peer students. Hopefully it will work. Let's see. Okay. Like I said, there are a lot of opportunities available and lots of student societies, starting from wine tasting to extreme barbecue. I'm kidding. There's lots academic societies as well, like law society. We've got a question. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Heidi's saying it's cool. Yeah, hopefully you guys will be able to find something for yourself. I was telling to Maria that if you can't find the society that you like yourself, you could probably start your own if you've got enough people on board who want to sort of be on the same like wave. The university will sponsor you starting your society, and this is something amazing to put you on your CV and say, well, I've done that, I've started my own society, and it's a bit of a good thing to mention to your employers. Yeah. Thank you. We've got more people joined us. Fantastic. A bit, the more the merrier. Welcome. We've got our One World Week, where students, it happens usually in January, where obviously Warwick is quite an international campus. We've got students from all over the world representing 180 nationalities. So we've got about 20,000 students on campus. Out of them, 30% are international students. So we make sure that everybody feels welcome, everybody feels part of the group, part of the society. And we've introduced this One World Week, which has become quite popular, where there's lots of events happening, sports events, academic events, lectures, seminars, and students tend to like to sort of participate, and that's when they start making really good friends as well, based on their common interest. I don't think this video will work for some reason. I do apologize, but I'll post it on the channel as well, so you can guys have a look. Well, this just gives you a rough idea what's happening on campus. In terms of sports, do we have any sports lovers here? Does anybody like sports from whom we have today, or what sports do you like rather? Any ideas? Any sports lovers? Basically, on the picture, you've got our climbing wall, which I still want to try. I haven't tried that, but people say it's quite amazing. But Warwick is quite good for sports. There's lots of opportunities available. We've got 72 sports clubs, squash, badminton, rugby. We've got our varsity league where students from Warwick, like maybe netball or badminton or basketball, they play against Coventry University, and it tends to be quite popular with students. We've got our media coverage on campus as well. So if you are into sports, that's something really good to engage into. We've got somebody. Tai Chi and yoga. Actually, because I'm a yoga lover myself, I do it really, really regularly, and it's really taken off here on campus as well. We've got our gym, so you'll be able, Regina, to join the gym, and that's where we have those classes available. Tai Chi, we definitely do Tai Chi and yoga as part of the classes, and we also have, I think, a society as well that you might be able to join. So it depends on how you are interested in, how deep you want to go. We do have Zumba, we do have Latin dances as well. Yeah, so I know, definitely. Once you are on campus, it's difficult to choose. That's the problem. Choices again. You have to choose from 288 universities, and then you'll have to choose from all the societies and clubs because it's just impossible to do all of them. Okay, music and drama. Do we have anybody here who likes music? We have Warwick Arts Centre, which is one unique venue of its kind outside of London. So we've got there a cinema, several cinema halls, we've got 2 theatres, we've got music centre as well, music hall, and our students tend to be part of the drama society, and I recently went to a performance called The Marriage of the Figure, which I thought would be something done by professional players. No, there were students, our mathematics students, who joined the society, and they were acting. I'd say we enjoyed it, but again, it's sort of how much time you have, obviously, if you're quite busy. So we do, student union does regular club nights as well, sort of drinking and partying on campus. It does get quite busy in September because students all get together, they mix, and then sort of October, November, that's when it gets quite quiet as students sort of they start studying and everything. So we've got our, I'm not sure what's happening with my presentation at the moment, to be honest. It's a bit. Let me start that from this slide, please. Yeah, so we've got we have been talking with Maria about sort of opportunities of employment, and if you guys, obviously you do have full funding. However, if you do decide to do some part-time work, or maybe instead of sort of socializing, on top of your socializing, you want to do some work and get that valuable experience of working in the UK and outside of Russia generally, there are a lot of opportunities available for our students, and they do tend to be quite popular. So we've got Unitams, which is our on-campus recruitment agency. So you'll have this flexible employment options, for example, helping us on with different things on campus. So for example, become a student ambassador and travel around the UK maybe, and do different fairs and exhibitions. So we have our student ambassadors generally on the stand, or maybe any sort of part-time opportunities in the cafe, bars, they are available. I think the minimum wage now is $6.50. over 21, but we'll have to double check that. You'll have a restriction as a tier 4 student. You'll have a restriction to work under 20 hours, so you won't be able to work more than 20 hours, but 20 hours is plenty, and you still need to do your essays and academic reading as well. I do apologize about the size. I'm not quite sure why it didn't work. So the jobs, roughly, the jobs can include student union positions, so helping out with any sort of things with student union, calling campaigns. That's when we call our offer holders, talking about the university. But if you're here, you can probably do that. Warwick Welcome Service, that's the team that will welcome you when you are here, but then you could do it yourself as well if you're more than studying more than a year. So academic departments, Warwick Arts Centre, or you could sort of choose any local employers outside of the university and mingle with the society here, with the local society. So I'm not sure why it doesn't work. Right, share screen. It says there was a problem with PowerPoint, so I do apologize for that. I'm not sure why it didn't work. I'm not an IT person, so I'm struggling all the time with that. Right. I've got plenty of presentations here. I do apologize about it. I'm just worried that it's being recorded as well, so people will come and say, oh, thank you. Somebody's saying it's okay. Don't worry. Okay. These things do happen. Okay. Let's just go. Okay. So fantastic. Now I wanted to ask you guys, so are you thinking about master's or PhD level? So I don't go through everything, but I'll just focus on the ones that are interesting for you. Now I'll speak about applying to Warwick, but the process is quite difficult for masters as versus to PhD students. So do we have PhD or master students here, please? Can we type in the answers? So are you thinking about masters? Masters are one year in the UK generally, as compared to Russia, that would be 2 years. In the UK, a master's degree would be 1 year in duration, and a PhD will be, well, from three years in duration. So you guys thinking about your master's level or PhDs? What would you like me to cover? Masters. Okay, so we've got a request for masters. Let's start with masters. Masters, I would say, does tend to be quite more popular because it's a 1 year degree, and within 1 year you already have your master's qualification, which is quite fantastic. And it tends to be so you can either choose a taught masters or research masters by research. So I imagine 2 of the options would be available as part of the global education funding. But let me quickly sort of focus on our master's process. So like I said, master's in 1 year. Okay, we've got anybody want? Yeah. Yeah, let me just switch on the slideshow. Fantastic. So I'll just quickly mention about what we have at Warwick, what faculties and academic departments we have, and how you can apply to the degrees, master's degrees, and what supporting documents you might need, and I'll touch upon a little bit on your personal statement. So for your master courses and as well as PhDs, we do have the following. So our faculties, our departments, we have 4 departments, academic departments. It would be arts, it would be science, social sciences, and medicine. I don't think anything is sponsored for the arts from Global Education, but we do have quite a few for sciences, social sciences, and medicine that will be eligible for funding. So, and again, I was saying about engineering. We do have our engineering faculty, School of Engineering, within the sciences department. So it's just a matter of going to the university website and searching either for your course or for the for sort of the subject area that you are looking for. More information available on the website. So how to apply? So the first thing you have to do is you have to choose your course. So if you are saying that, oh, I'm interested in a specific subject, but then you have to think about the course that is more interesting for you and more suitable. And there are a lot of options available. You have to go on the website, see what courses you might be potentially tempted by, and then read the description. If you are still not convinced and can't decide, I would recommend contacting the academics and asking them a little bit about that. If you are interested in Warwick, I'll leave you my details as well, so you can always write a follow-up email, or we can organize a chat, Skype chat session as well if you wanted. So after that, once you've decided with the course, you have to go online and complete an online application form. And you'll have to attach your documents as well. That will be your current transcripts from the university level study if you've got them. If you've got your final degree as well, you'll have to attach that as well. Your personal statement. This is your chance to say why you want to study at our university and why this course and what you want to do afterwards, as well as English language proficiency. So that might be your IELTS or TOEFL. So you need to prove that your English level is good to study on the course. Everything will be taught in English. And then something that you might want to include for some of the degrees, it could be relevant extracurricular achievements or things that you've done outside of your sort of main studies. So maybe you've done a research project or something like that. Something that really shows that you do care and that you do have this extra knowledge as well. And we're also looking for top quality candidates, and that will show that how serious you are about the program. And then you'd need to academic references from your either from your senior manager at work or somebody from the university about yourself. So you attach everything, then you pay the application assessment fee, and then you need to notify your referees that you've applied, and then they sort of look out for letters, emails or letters from us for references, and that's it pretty much. Now you just sort of you rest and wait for your decision, and then the decision could be in three options. You either get a conditional offer, you could get unconditional offer, or your application might be refused. If you get unconditional offer, you might straight away accept it, and that's it. So you're an offer holder at Warwick, and big congrats. Or if you get a conditional offer, it might be something with your English language requirements, or you're still finishing your degree. So you'll need to satisfy that condition, and once you've done that, your offer goes unconditional. And after that, you accept it and then make all the arrangements for you to come and study here. So how would you apply? So you'd go on the Warwick website, you click on the link, and then there's a lot of text on this slide, but what you essentially want to know is you'll need to pay a non-refundable application fee, and I'll explain why you need to do that students tend to apply for so many courses sometimes, and this is just to basically prevent you from making multiple applications. We get confused, you get confused, so it's just to sort of keeping that to the minimum and for you to be really serious about your application. So the deadlines for programs starting in September, so if you're thinking about this September, you still have got time until 31st of July. Although I'd be quite careful, you'd need to apply for the visa as well, and this takes time. So we'd recommend to apply as early as possible. So now would be a really good time. And then the final thing I wanted to touch on is your taught personal statement. We've had a separate webinar, and I'm sure Maria would be able to direct you to the webinar recording. But in essence, personal statement is your opportunity to talk directly to the admission staff and tell them why they might want to offer you a place at Warwick rather than to somebody else, because the courses do tend to be quite competitive, so you need to show why. Thanks, Maria. Right, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. And then we've got our PhDs. The process is a little bit different. If you are looking at a PhD, you'd need to have your research proposal, and for that you'd need to sort of have a roughly good idea of what you want to write on, so what topic you want to write about. Again, this is you doing your research. I'll quickly mention about the application process for PhD, so people who are watching the webinar have a better idea of how it works. So first of all, you start with getting an idea of what you want to write about, right? So you start, like, you shape the idea. Then you choose the department that will be able to help you with researching that subject. And then the next thing you probably might want to do is you make a contact with the department or with the person who has that subject area and expertise. And then the academic will be able to guide you through the writing up your proposal. Maybe they will send you a template on how to do that and sort of guide you through the process. You finalize your proposal and you make your application. There is no fee for the application. Also, what is good is that we are looking for good quality PhD students, and there is a lot of funding available. So we've got our Chancellor Scholarship, and I would imagine, and Maria, correct me if I'm wrong, that Global Education wouldn't mind if you apply for double funding, because if you can get funding from Global Education or from university scholarship funds, you'll get a little bit more, which is quite handy. Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, for you it's just an extra opportunity to have that extra bit of income. Fantastic. I'm not going to focus on that. Now, in terms of the necessities, the important things, obviously you're going abroad. You're going far away from home, although the UK is only 3 hours away from Moscow, where I would imagine the majority of applicants are now based, but it's still a different country and there are different rules. So I'm going to quickly touch upon how we support you through it, and where you'll be living, and how you can budget your how you can go about budgeting. So what is budgeting? So I would imagine you'd have some funds coming into your account, and then there we go. You can go from there. But what would you do? So in terms of keeping on track, you'd probably need to make sure that you plan ahead, that you keep informed about the different prices that are available in the supermarkets. And a good example, I would imagine, would be the shopping basket, regular shopping basket. So the one on the left would be branded, the students' necessities. So you'd see like brands like Persil there, Weetabix, all the sort of Heinz beans, all the sort of those branded items. And on the right, you'd see the same things, absolutely same food, but not branded, own brand. And normally places like shops like Aldi or Tesco would do their own brand. I would imagine the same. Oh, I'm trying to imagine an equivalency in Russia. What kind of Kopiechka maybe? Or what kind of shops do you guys have that do like really cheap brands? So this is the same principle, right? So the one on the right would cost you £35, I've calculated. And the one on the right hand side, the one that says own brand, would cost you about 14. So roughly half the price. So it's about doing that research, shopping around, you know, talking to other students, what do they do, maybe sharing things. So that's your budgeting. And then also think about things like needs versus wants. So what do you actually guys need? Do you need your academic side? You'd need your books, you'd need your stationery, photocopying, you'd need your essentials sorted out, such as accommodation, food, clothes, laundry. Although clothes might be a tricky one. Students tend to spend a lot on their clothes, and then they think, oh my God, I've spent too much, because Birmingham is just around the corner. The shopping tends to be really good. And then your wants, your leisure, sports, entertainment, it does tend to add up. But you want to make sure that you budget that in, you budget your traveling in. Because apart from what academic studies, you would want to see the country as well, maybe travel around a little bit in Europe to see the maybe Scotland or Northern Ireland. Fantastic. So these are the approximate living costs for you guys, roughly. They're in British pound sterlings for you. So you need to sort of see that according to the conversion rate. But accommodation tends to be, depending on the options that you choose, tends to be between 3,000 to 5,000, 9,000, 7,000. Books and materials, again, order from Amazon, or you can get them or you can get them sort of secondhand. But again, you might probably want to order your own books, although we do have quite a good library and students tend to share. Food is one of the expenses as well that you need to sort of be wary about. Travel and public transport in the UK is, I must admit, is a little bit expensive. Maria recommended Megabus. She said it's quite good, really cheap intercity travel, or you could cycle. We've introduced a cycling scheme on campus, so you'd be able to take a bike from one side of the campus and cycle to the other side of the campus and leave the bike there, or just get your own bike on Amazon or eBay. Clothing and umbrellas, because people just tend to lose them everywhere and leave them around and just have to get another one. And things like entertainment, going out, shopping, and laundry, and your sports as well. Although with student societies, they tend to be sort of either free, or you pay like a small fee to enter, and then all the events are free. Accommodation, again, you'll have a wide choice of accommodation depending on how comfortable you want to live. So there are obviously high-priced accommodation options and low-priced accommodation options. You can live off campus, you can live on campus, and it's completely up to you whether you want the comfort of being on campus, waking up 8:30 and turning up at your lecture at 9 o'clock, and students tend to do that, or whether you want to sort of a bit of a more commute, but living with the locals and mingling with them as well. There are options available for you. This is what our campus looks like, and I might include the link for you guys as well to have a little bit of a look, just to give you a rough idea of how big we are. I think I think I'm kind of based somewhere here now at the moment. So the walk from here to here would be about 40 minutes or 1 hour. It's quite a big campus. So 1 hour from here to here, roughly. Right, on campus, so we've got 12 different halls available. Halls is the place where students would live, for available to new postgraduates. And we've got ensuite, so ensuite where you'll have your bathroom and toilet in your room, but you'll share your kitchen. All residences are self-catered, and you'll have to cook your own meals, and students tend to share, and one of them will cook their Chinese meal one day and another will do a Russian dinner. We used to do those kind of dinners at uni as well. It's quite popular. You'll have your, although you might eat on campus, so you'll have one of those cards, and it's contactless pay, so you'll just pay for your meals wherever you are in any cafe on campus. You'll have your high-speed Wi-Fi internet connection anywhere on campus. And another thing probably to mention is that PG letting period is 40 to 51 weeks, including or excluding your holidays, so whether you'd want to go on Easter break back home for Christmas, and so depending on what you want to do. And the costs range between 79 153 per week. Supermarkets, everything's available on campus. Basically, everything you need will be on campus, so within walking distance. Off-campus accommodation as well, they are university managed, so they're checked by the university. So we have the accommodation in Coventry, Leamington Spa, Kenilworth. You'll have somebody who'll help you, so we've got dedicated property manager who'll help you to sort out things for yourself, and we have frequent bus services to campus, so it's quite a hassle-free travel back home for you. And final thing I'd like to mention is that we, as part of the Global Education Scholarship, you would need to come back home and make sure you've got your employment and put your skills into good use after completion of your degree. We do help here with your support, with your sort of interviews or advice on CV writing. So you need to prep for your interviews with the employers. We do help with that as well. And before I'll let you go, one final thing is that I wanted to say that your journey with Warwick doesn't end here once you've graduated. It continues beyond that. So like I mentioned, you have all the support and sort of your alumni links afterwards beyond your graduation for 3 years. And then obviously you're mostly welcome to use that and become one of our ambassadors at from Warwick. So we've got our Russian ambassador. She's actually on Facebook, so feel free to find her on Facebook or VK. We've got our Russian Warwick ac.ru site, and we've got our obviously English equivalency website, so you can find a little bit more information on there. Although if you do have any questions, you might want to ask them either now or ask them anytime after the event. Not question is too silly, so anything literally, because you're going away, you're going from home. I'd be quite nervous, wouldn't I? Yeah, and we've got our quiz as well. Maria will mention about that.
Thank you, Lana. Thank you very much for such an informative and splendid presentation. Hey all, it was Lana. Lana is a student recruitment officer at the University of Warwick. I do apologize, I forgot to mention it at the beginning of our webinar because, well, it seems to me that everyone must know you already. Yeah,
I feel like I'm all over Facebook because Maria's done this amazing post, and I'm like, she tagged me everywhere, and I feel like, oh my god, this is still my Facebook, but this, like, people know me already. Yeah, but it's okay, it's okay.
and whether you have any questions, I'll share Lana's contact details in our follow-up email. So, well, maybe you don't have any questions now at the moment, but well, whether you do, I'll send you all the contact details.
Yeah, absolutely. No question, like I said, no question is too silly. They all sort of pop round in your back of your head, maybe like 2 days afterwards. Yeah. And do we mention about the quiz now? How do we do that?
Yeah. Let's switch to my part then. Друзья, я сейчас буду говорить о программе глобальное образование, как вы уже поняли, но хочу напомнить. Лана в ходе своей презентации упоминала кучу интересных фактов, которые, надеюсь, вы запомнили, на которые обратили внимание. И после нашей презентации, в конце вебинара, мы в фоллоуап письме поделимся с вами ссылочкой на квиз. Все, что нужно сделать, это ответить на все вопросы. Правильно, разумеется. И тогда мы выберем победителя и вышлем прекрасный подарок из самого Warwick для вас. Так что, пожалуйста, проверяйте свою почту после вебинара. На всякий случай проверьте папочку спам, потому что иногда наши письма туда тоже падают почему-то. Я не знаю, насколько подробно нужно останавливаться на программе. Друзья, не могли бы вы мне написать в чате или в Q&A, насколько вы уже знакомы с программой? Нужно ли мне подробно-подробно останавливаться на каждом моменте, или, может быть, у вас есть какие-то уже конкретные вопросы? Друзья, слышно ли меня? Слышали ли вы мой вопрос? Какие-то у нас сегодня все скромные. Ладно, я начну рассказывать тогда про программу, как и планировалось. Программа «Глобальное образование» – это государственная программа Российской Федерации. Официальным заказчиком программы является Министерство образования и науки Российской Федерации. Московская школа управления Сколково, в которой мы сейчас находимся, которую мы сейчас представляем, это официальный оператор программы. Программа у нас молодая, еще маленькая, можно сказать. Программа была запущена в середине 2014 года, и пока срок реализации программы официально считается ноябрь 2016 года. Но вы не пугайтесь. Сейчас у нас пока нет, к сожалению, официального подтверждения о продлении срока реализации. Мы надеемся, что скоро оно появится. Как только оно у нас будет, мы вам радостно об этом сообщим. Давайте я вам расскажу немного про основные параметры программы. Финансируются только 3 уровня подготовки: магистратура, аспирантура и ординатура. И только по 5 направлениям обучения: наука, образование, инженерия, медицина и управление в социальном секторе. У нас университеты, которые в списке нашем, находятся в 32 странах мира. У нас есть с чего выбрать. Всего у нас 288 университетов. Да, зарубежных университетов, нужно сразу отметить, российские вузы в нашу программу не входят. И, как вы уже, наверное, знаете, после окончания обучения в одном из зарубежных университетов вы должны вернуться в Россию и поработать в одной из организаций работодателя. А на данный момент их уже 559. Давайте о приятном поговорим. Максимальная сумма, которую один участник в год может получить, это 2 миллиона 800 тысяч, почти 800 тысяч рублей. Что покрывает наш грант? Это компенсация за оплату обучения, то есть tuition fees, и так называемые living expenses, сопутствующие расходы. Что туда входит? Проезд до места обучения и обратно, проживание, питание, медицинская страховка, проездной на общественный транспорт уже в процессе обучения, учебная литература, возможно, реагенты, если вы занимаетесь экспериментами, и так далее. Нужно сразу отметить, что за оплату обучения каждый участник должен отчитываться, а за часть на прожиточные расходы участники не отчитываются. То есть присылать нам ваши чеки собранные не нужно, не волнуйтесь. Здесь вы можете посмотреть нашу карту мира. Как я уже говорила, у нас 32 страны и 288 университетов. Здесь немного подробнее представлены диаграммки, в какой стране больше всего университетов. Полный список можно посмотреть на нашем сайте educationglobal.ru в разделе «Участнику», вкладка «Университеты и образовательные программы». Там будет список по странам университетам, по направлениям и по подходящим программам. Как я уже упоминала, финансируется всего 3 уровня подготовки: магистратура, аспирантура и ординатура. Грант не выдается, не покрывает стажировки, проведение исследований, так называемый visiting research, программы двойных дипломов между зарубежными вузами и российскими, никаких postgraduate certificate, никаких postgraduate диплома, только магистратура, аспирантура и ординатура. На этом слайде вы можете подробнее посмотреть, какие специальности входят под каждое из направлений. Хочу сразу вам сказать, что не пугайтесь, это не конечный список. Полный список можно посмотреть на нашем сайте educationglobal.ru, также в разделе «Участнику», также во вкладке «Университеты и образовательные программы». Многие у нас спрашивают, почему мы выбрали именно те вузы, которые у нас в списке. Отвечаем, все вузы топовые, все вузы входят в топ-300, хотя бы 2 рейтинга из 3. Рейтингов у нас всего 3, это QS, Education Times и Shanghai Ranking. И все специальности были отобраны по рейтингу QS Subject Ranking, так что для вас только самое лучшее. Что требуется от потенциальных участников, чтобы стать кандидатом? Во-первых, гражданство Российской Федерации. Также подойдет двойное гражданство при условии, что одно из них российское. Обязательно должна быть квалификация бакалавра или специалиста, это как минимум. Должно быть подтверждение о том, что вы поступили в одну из ведущих зарубежных организаций из нашего списка, то есть так называемый оффер о зачислении, безусловный. То есть у вас не должно быть никаких условий по языку. И вы также должны быть согласны с условиями программы, в том числе вы должны вернуться в Россию и поработать в одной из организаций 3 года. На что нужно обратить внимание при подаче заявки? Во-первых, ваша программа должна входить в список. Список можно посмотреть на нашем сайте educationglobal.ru в разделе «Участников». Там же есть список университетов, как я уже сказала, и табличка соответствий. Еще раз, должно направление вашего обучения попадать в список, университет и название образовательной программы. Вы должны зарегистрироваться на нашем сайте, никуда ездить не нужно, никуда не нужно отвозить документы, очень удобно, дома в спокойном режиме, удобным для вас, регистрируйтесь и загружаете сканы документов. Здесь также на слайдике мы указали вам перечень необходимых документов при регистрации в нашем личном кабинете. Также эта памятка есть на нашем сайте в разделе «Участников». После того, как вы регистрируетесь на нашем сайте и подаете заявку, вы прям нажимаете кнопочку «Подать заявку», вы начинаете принимать участие в конкурсном отборе программы. Мы советуем вам участвовать прямо сейчас, не тянуть, не оттягивать этот момент, потому что пока квота не выбрана, у вас отличные возможности, отличные шансы победить. Скажу, что пока в конкурсном отборе главное – это занять место поближе в электронной очереди, поэтому не откладывайте, если вы еще не зарегистрировались, если вы еще не заняли место в очереди, пожалуйста, сделайте это прямо сегодня. И еще раз немножко о порядке участия в программе. Вы регистрируетесь на сайте educationglobal.ru, вы на сайте подаете заявление, все документы прикрепляете, потом проходит конкурсный отбор, когда вы становитесь победителем и выходит протокол наблюдательного совета с вашим именем в нем, вам перечисляется грант после подписания соглашения, вы уезжаете на учебу, и после учебы в течение 30 дней с конца обучения вашего вы должны вернуться в Россию и трудоустроиться в течение 3 месяцев. В соглашение, которое вы будете подписывать, можно просмотреть уже сейчас, изучить, сходить к юристу, если угодно, все проверить. Мы никого ничего не заставляем подписывать, это будет полностью вашим решением, поэтому советуем ознакомиться. Скачать можно также на нашем сайте. Как я уже сказала, после того, как вы закончите обучение, у вас есть 30 дней после вернуться, чтобы в Россию. Мы, конечно, не будем встречать вас в аэропорту, но мы документы проверим. Глобальное образование – это не грин-картовая программа, поэтому отнеситесь к этому, пожалуйста, очень серьезно. И как только вы вернетесь, у вас есть 3 месяца, чтобы трудоустроиться и поработать в течение 3 лет. Многих очень пугает эти 2 слова «не менее», которые стоят перед 3 годами. 3 года – это минимум и максимум, только 3 года и все. Если вы потом захотите остаться в той компании, в которой вы трудоустроитесь, пожалуйста, вы можете оставаться, конечно. Сразу должна сказать, что если вдруг вы передумаете возвращаться в Россию, ну, такое бывает, то тогда вы должны будете возвратить ту сумму гранта, которую вы получите на тот момент, и в двойном размере штраф. Так что я думаю, не в ваших интересах не возвращаться на родину. Трудоустройство. Сейчас у нас 559 компаний в утвержденном списке. Список постоянно пополняется. К тому моменту, когда вы вернетесь уже со своего обучения, будет еще больше компаний. Список работодателей можно посмотреть на нашем сайте educationglobal.ru в разделе «Участнику трудоустройства». Если вы, допустим, ничего не смогли подобрать, то вы можете предложить свою компанию в список, и после некоторого процесса одобрения она сможет также стать участником работодателя. Сразу нужно отметить, что никуда мы никого не отправляем. Вы сами выбираете, где вы будете работать, в рамках нашего списка, разумеется. Но тем не менее, это не распределение, вы сами будете выбирать. Иногда случается так, что вам нужно будет поменять работодателя, либо вы не сошлись с характерами с начальником, либо по каким-то семейным обстоятельствам вам нужно будет уехать и, соответственно, поменять место работы. Вы можете это сделать 2 раза, прошу прощения, 2 раза за весь срок работы. И мы всячески помогаем в трудоустройстве, не пугайтесь, мы вас не бросим одних. Здесь вы можете видеть подробнее немножко о механизмах трудоустройства. Мы будем просить вас заполнять анкеты, где бы вы хотели больше всего работать, где меньше, чтобы иметь хотя бы представление, куда вы стремитесь. Мы будем помогать составлять вам резюме и отправлять их в профильные организации по вашей специальности. Наш ключевой партнер HeadHunter будет их размещать и промоувировать. Вы будете также записывать видеообращения к будущим работодателям, которые работодатели смогут самостоятельно посмотреть и при желании обратиться напрямую к вам. И мы всячески будем помогать. Вот здесь вы можете найти информацию по трудоустройству. Так выглядит наш сайт educationglobal.ru, вкладка «Участнику», «Трудоустройство». Ну и в завершение скажу о преимуществах программы. Во-первых, у вас полная свобода выбора, хоть и в рамках списка, но тем не менее. У нас 32 страны, 288 университетов, 559 компаний. Вы самостоятельно выбираете, поступаете, потом трудоустраиваетесь. Мы никого никуда не направляем. Заявки мы принимаем в течение всего года. То есть вы можете зарегистрироваться хоть сейчас, прямо во время нашего вебинара, или через 10 минут, или через 2 дня, когда угодно. И также подать заявку. Наши сертифицированные агентства и образовательные центры, с которыми мы сотрудничаем, бесплатно осуществляют консультации по программе, помимо нас, проводят различные мероприятия, которые всячески помогают вам при поступлении. Ну и не стоит забывать о том, что сумма нашего гранта наиболее конкурентоспособная по сравнению с остальными. Ни один грант еще не покрывает такое количество расходов. Также мы не препятствуем софинансированию со стороны университетов, в которые вы поступаете, либо со стороны будущего работодателя. Пожалуйста, на здоровье. Чем больше финансирования, тем лучше. Если вы мы также очень стабильны. Что я имею в виду? Если вы один раз стали победителем, то все ваше обучение профинансируется, это гарантированно. Вам не нужно будет каждый раз подписывать соглашение или проходить конкурсный отбор. Если вы победили, то вы победили. И, допустим, длится у вас программа 1 год или 3, все профинансируется. Также у вас будет доступ к лучшим работодателям еще уже в тот момент, когда вы только начнете учебу. Мы считаем, что это огромное преимущество. Мы также будем помогать вам в течение всего процесса, ну и по окончании вашего обучения вы будете принадлежать клубам лучших выпускников мира. Я уже сказала немного про консультации по поступлению. Не только мы, оператор программы Московская школа управления Сколково, но и наше сертифицированное образовательное агентство, контакты которых вы можете найти на нашем сайте educationglobal.ru в разделе «Участнику», «Университеты и образовательные программы». Список находится в конце странички, но вы все получите эту презентацию в follow-up письме, и ссылка активна, можете перейти по ссылке из презентации. Мы проводим очные презентации, как, например, вчера, вебинары, мы участвуем в выставках, проводим семинары, pre-departure orientations или pre-getting offer orientations, презентации университетов, вебинары по сдаче языковых экзаменов, все что угодно. Это все можно найти в графике наших мероприятий на нашем сайте, в наших социальных сетях, куда мы все транслируем и активно рекламируем. У нас на сайте есть раздел с рекомендациями по поступлению, по дедлайнам, по срокам подачи в вузы. Это все в разделе «Участнику» на нашем сайте. Изучите, пожалуйста, внимательные материалы, там много интересного. Все мероприятия наших партнеров мы также публикуем в нашем календаре, так что подписывайтесь и, пожалуйста, следите за обновлениями. И международные образовательные культурные центры, они также с нами сотрудничают, также охотно проводят мероприятия, все бесплатно. Просто следите, пожалуйста, за новостями. Вот так выглядит график наших мероприятий на сайте. Вот куда нужно смотреть, где что нужно искать. Вот здесь можно найти рекомендации по поступлению. Так, эта страничка выглядит. Здесь есть презентации по сдаче языковых экзаменов, вебинары по поступлению в различные вузы. Пожалуйста, посмотрите внимательно. Наконец, наши контакты. Вся информация есть на нашем сайте официальном educationglobal.ru. Если у вас есть какие-то вопросы, допустим, после вебинара вы что-то захотите спросить, пожалуйста, напишите нам global.edu.skolkovo.ru. Мы отвечаем в течение 3 рабочих дней. Можно также позвонить нам по бесплатному телефону 8 800 50 56 23. И повторюсь, телефон бесплатный для всех регионов, только, пожалуйста, звоните в рабочее время. Мы тогда более активно отвечаем. Мы есть на Фейсбуке, мы есть ВКонтакте, у нас есть аккаунт в Инстаграме, и у нас есть YouTube-канал. Там можно посмотреть все записи вебинаров. Этот вебинар тоже я размещу на нашем канале, и как только ссылка будет готова, я разошлю по всем, кто зарегистрировался на данный вебинар, в follow-up письме. Спасибо большое, что вы сегодня с нами. Сейчас я посмотрю вопросы, которые присылали, пока мы делали презентацию. А что, если мой вуз не входит в список работодателей? А вы хотели бы вернуться работать в вуз? Я вас правильно поняла? Если да, то ему необходимо подать заявку на то, чтобы стать одним из работодателей. И после некоторой процедуры согласования документов он сможет войти в список. То есть это, конечно, займет некоторое время, оформление заявки, я имею в виду, но никаких препятствий мы не видим. Пожалуйста, изучите раздел для работодателей на нашем сайте, там подробно эта процедура описана. То есть это несложно, необходимо просто оформить правильные документы. Ну, Регина, я надеюсь, что действительно было информативно и вам пригодилось. Друзья, есть ли у вас еще вопросы? Возможно, у вас есть вопросы к Лане, по университету, по процессу зачисления, может быть, вопрос по social clubs. Те, наверное, уже настроились на то, чтобы получить ссылку на квиз. Ну, хочу вас расстроить, друзья. Вышлю ее в follow-up письме. Мы хитрые. Или ладно, или мы можем поделиться уже сейчас ей.
Let me see. 1 second. I think I might have it.
Maybe we could share it now, and I'll send it in a follow-up anyway. But well, maybe ladies could have started just now.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it somewhere. I'm just trying to find it. Give me a couple of minutes.
Okay, yeah, sure. Guys, maybe you do have questions, don't you? Now, we still have a couple of minutes to go. No questions?
Would I just post it here? I think that's the link.
Here is the quiz link. Please answer all the questions.
Yay, it worked. I was just saying that I'm not really good with IT, but it worked this time. Yay.
Can anyone see the link? Let's just check.
Yeah. Oh. The most important question, does it actually work? If you can see the link, does it work?
Yeah. Do they need a password? No?
Yes, they do. Okay, password is... Yeah, that's the password. Good point, actually.
Друзья, это ссылочка на квиз. Чтобы начать квиз, вам будет необходимо ввести пароль, который Ланна прислала сразу после ссылки. Как только вы его введете, вы сможете отвечать на вопросы.
Perfect.
Yay.
Yay.
And what do you think? When they need to send your when do they need to send their answers?
As long as they're ready, whenever you guys are ready, just click submit and the answers will go straight to me. And then once we've had the sort of the answers from all of you and we've got the best answers for the quiz, we'll just post the small little prezi from Warwick to you. We'll just get back to you and say, oh, thank you very much and blah blah blah. So this is the best result, and can you please give us your address and then postal address, and I'll just post it from here, from Warwick, from the UK, a small souvenir.
Sounds grand. What do you think? Could we maybe choose a winner on Friday?
Friday sounds great. Yeah, Friday's great. Yeah,
Friday is a perfect day for choosing a winner.
Yeah. Perfect. Friday, yeah, Friday is a great day anyway, and then you've got, you win something as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much from my side. Thank you very much for participating. Thank you very much for your interest in Warwick. It's been a real pleasure to see, well, although not see, but at least hear you all and sort of have you at the webinar, and for all your interest in Warwick. Hopefully, if you decide to come here, if you want to come for a visit and just to sort of pop over and see the campus, feel free to drop us an email and say, hey, we're just around the area, want to see the campus. If that's okay, that's great. If you need some more help with your application, I'm more than happy to help you with anything at all, put you in touch with the academics or anything. So you just guys need to sort of decide on your next steps. Yeah, thank you very much. And thank you very much to Marie as well for hosting us and for organizing it. It's been a real pleasure. Thanks.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you very much, Lana. Thank you for your presentation, for your hard work, for the quiz, and for the present in advance. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us today. I'll send all the contact details, all the presentations, and the recording. I guess I'll send it in the evening already.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We'll be waiting for your answers. And on this Friday, we'll choose a winner.
Fantastic. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna shoot off now, leave the meeting, and have a good day, everyone. Bye.